What's going on, everyone? My name is Another Radar and welcome back to the PPL D1 Team Builders. Now today I'm going to be going over the team that I built for Travesty and the North Melbourne Kangaskhans. I faced Travesty in D2 last season. He moved up with me, and I gotta say I'm really worried about this match because his team is very scary. Speaking of, let's go ahead and go over his team. His team is Latios, Excadrill, Emboar, Tangrowth, Mega Audino, Thundurus, Tyranitar, Slowbro, and Quillfish. Now, instantly, you look at his team and you're like, okay, so he has half of the OU tier. That's always cool to face. He has Sand. That's always cool to face. He has a Regenerator Core. That's always neat to face. And he has Hazard Stack. That's always neat to face. Oh, and he has Emboar, which there are no switch-ins to Emboar. It's just how it is. There are no switch-ins to it. I've come to accept this, which I think a lot of other people should come to accept it, but whatever. His team is very strange to try to build for because his bulk is very physically oriented, and by that I mean he has Tangrowth, which is more commonly assault vested, but that doesn't make it a good special wall. It just makes it a really good physical wall with good special bulk. Mega Audino, which can be physical on either side, but it's normally physically defensive, and Slowbro, which is normally physically defensive. So I kind of went into the mentality that his wall core is going to mainly wall my physical threats more so than not. His sand offense is also very scary. I'm kind of sort of worried about it. And by kind of sort of, I mean I'm shitting myself a little bit because Excadrill is always scary to face for me. It always is. Along with Thundurus, and believe it or not, Quillfish is also something that terrifies me this match, and I'll go over why while I build my team. So let's go ahead and take a look at the first mon that I planned to bring, and that is my Azumarill. I'm bringing a Belly Drum Azumarill with the Lumberry, with the moves Belly Drum, Waterfall, Knockoff, Aqua Jet, and Belly Drum, Water. I'm doing this off the top of my head while Showdown loads. Belly Drum, Waterfall, Aqua Jet, Knockoff. 148 in speed and 108 HP, 252 attack. This 148 allows me to outspeed like a decent amount of speed invested Tyranitar. Like I think if he has like 40 EVs, I'll be able to outspeed it. So that's always nice. I'm kind of just going above and beyond because in his week 1, he put like a shit ton of EVs in his speed for Tyranitar just because he didn't need the EVs and other stats, and he wanted to make sure that speed creeping couldn't speed creep him, so he just speed creeped the speed creep. Speed creep. I'm bringing Lumberry because he doesn't have that many checks to Belly Drum Azumarill, and by that many I mean he basically has 0. He has Thunder Wave on his Thundurus to possibly slow it down so that way Tangrowth can outspeed me and kill me with a Giga Drain, because I'm definitely not going to run Sap Sipper. I need huge power. And he could also Scald Burn me with Slowbro. So I'm like, well, if that's going to be his main checks, I'm going to bring Lumberry so he can't. I get the free hit off and kill the Thundurus or kill the Slowbro, and I'm good to go. If I Belly Drum up on the Slowbro, he doesn't Scald Burn me. I get my Belly Drum up. I'm at +6, and then I can kill him with a knockoff even through a Colbur Berry, and then that means that his Thunder Wave on his Thundurus still won't work because I still have my Lumberry intact. However, if he does get the Scald Burn and then Thunder Waves me, I'm kind of sort of screwed, but I just kind of have to roll with it. Another thing I'm fully expecting this match is that Quillfish, because if he sees what I see and that Belly Drum Azumarill straight up sweeps his entire team, if I set up turn 1, so here's a scenario. If I set up turn 1 with my Azumarill, and he starts off with like his Mega Audino or something like that, and I Belly Drum up to +6, he can't kill me from half health. I'm at +6, I kill his entire team. I outspeed all of his walls, unless they're like really speedy, like Speedy Tangrowth and Speedy Slowbro. By speedy I mean like max speed basically. And I can straight up OHKO all of them. Knock off for Slowbro and Tangrowth, kill them both, even without items. Aqua Jet kills Tyranitar, unless he has Pasho Berry. Aquajet also kills his Thunderous, and then Waterfall kills the rest of his team. It also kills Embor. I need a little bit of prior damage on the Latios to kill it with a +6 Aquajet. It does about 65% if he has no HP investment, which will have to have very minimal if he wants to outspeed my Infernate, because base 108, 110, you know, stuff like that. So I have to get chip damage off on that, and I kind of went into that with team building. But that's basically what this thing is for. It's to belly drum up and sweep him, hopefully. It can do massive work. Lumberry will be very important. I can already feel it. But like I was saying, I kind of sort of got off on a tyrant. The Quillfish. I feel like if it comes, it's going to be his check for this, because it will Destiny Bond me right away. It will see that I'm up to +6. He'll let something die because he'll sack off the most expendable member, bring in Quillfish, and Destiny Bond me. And then there goes my sweep. So if I see Quillfish, I really have to play around that. I really can't set up until Quillfish is either gone or weakened to the point where Aquajet will kill it, which, you know, takes a good bit of damage, but whatever. Actually, hold on. I want to calc that real quick, because I don't think... I actually don't think I've calced that. How much does it take for a Quillfish? Are you defensive? Let's go level 50. We'll go 252 bold versus a +6. Yeah, see, +6 Aquajet, which is really only +5, does 36 to 43%. So that kind of sort of sucks. But it does make it possible for me to sweep him if I just get off 2 Aquajets or 3 Aquajets or whatever. But then he can Scald Burn me, and it's just not fun. So I have to be really careful. If I see Quillfish in team preview, I instantly know I can't set up with this thing early game. Has to be late game. But that is that. The next mon on the team is actually very, very standard. It's my Reuniculus. It's very standard, just basic Calm Mind. I have Psyshock because I can Calm Mind up with the Mega Audino. If he's Crow Dino with Calm Mind, Rest, Sleep Talk, and Dazzling Gleam, I can beat it 1v1 very, very easily. I can Calm Mind up alongside it. I can also do it with the Slowbro, except if he's Calm Minding with me, then Shadow Balls aren't going to be doing as much, and of course Psyshock won't be doing as much, but it's very standard. I have 4 in speed, just so in case he speed creeps no invested Reuniculus, it just does fine. But very, very standard. It's mainly there if his walls decide to be setup walls, and I'm kind of sort of worried about it. So I want to make sure that I have a way to deal with it. Basically set up on my own. Very, very easy to explain. The next mon that I'm actually deciding to bring this week is Raidramon, the Mega Manectric. Now, this is very weird because Embor is a massive threat. I'll be going over more so what I'm using to deal with Embor, because you can't deal with Embor. But this thing has Volt Switch, Hidden Power Fighting, Thunderbolt, and Overheat. Timid Nature, 168 in speed, 252 attack, 12 defense, 76 in HP. Hidden Power Fighting is obviously for Tyranitar and for the Excadrill. That's what it's called. The reason why I'm saying Hidden Power Fighting over Overheat for Excadrill, because if I'm scared that maybe he's going to bring in the Excadrill on a Volt Switch, I can just click Hidden Power Fighting, and then if he brings in Tangrowth, he's not going to like Overheats, and then I can Volt Switch freely again, so it's not that big of a deal. So basically, Hidden Power Fighting is just a very good move to have for his Sand offense. I'm also thinking that if he doesn't bring Scarf T-Tar, he'll be bringing Choppleberry, so this will pop the Choppleberry very easily, because I have a lot of fighting coverage on my team that I can bring. Volt Switch Thunderbolt is very obvious. I need powerful stab. It also hurts the Thunderous very, very well, so it can kind of sort of stop it from sub-nasty plotting on me. I can Volt Switch, break the sub, I can Thunderbolt, break the sub, and I'll always outspeed it unless he's Scarfed. Overheat for Tangrowth, very obvious, along with Slowbro with the Thunderbolt and Volt Switch, and for Quillfish actually, because it just does a shit ton of damage. But this thing is very standard. It's going to give me a lot of momentum. I'm hoping that it'll wear the things down that I need it to let Azumarill sweep late game, or it'll catch the Quillfish and it'll just kill it, so that way I can sweep. But it's really not a whole lot of special with these last 2 mons that I've gone over in Reuniclus and Manectric. It's just I had to bring them because they do well. The next mon on the team is actually my Umbreon. I'm bringing a very specially defensive Umbreon with Wish, Baton Pass, Pursuit, and Foul Play. This is my designated Latios check. Unless he has choice specs, I can take 2 Draco Meteors fairly decently. Wish up, I can keep things healthy with Baton Pass. If I need to, if I Belly Drum with Azumarill too early, I can Wish and Baton Pass it back up and get it back to full health. That's always nice. Pursuit is there because I feel like if I switch this in on Latios, he will instantly know that this is my check to it. He will switch it out. I get to Pursuit Trap him, and it does 50% minimum. With the HP investment, he can have. So it does 50% minimum, so I'm very happy with that damage. It puts me in range of +6 Aqua Jet. That's all I need. Foul Play also does a lot to a Adamant Life Orb Excadrill. It does a shit ton of damage, so he can't really bring this thing in on me when I'm at full health because I'll just Foul Play it and do a shit ton of damage. And it can also kind of sort of work against Thundurus and Emboar to an extent. I can Foul Play them on the incoming and they do a decent chunk of damage. It's a decent check to a lot of things, and it does very good at wearing things down. I also have Baton Pass in case he brings in one of his walls on me. I'm not going to let them stay in and set up for free. I'm going to Baton Pass out and send in something that can deal with them very easily. But Umbreon will play a very key role this match because Latios is a threat for my team. I have no ways of dealing with massive offensive special attackers, so it's a very big deal. I'm actually really excited to use Umbreon. My test matches, it did very well. Did very, very well. Got massive chip damage on a lot of things. The wish into things like my last 2 Pokemon and Manectric and Azumarill were absolutely amazing. So I was really happy with it. The next mon I'm bringing, I'm actually very proud that I came up with this set. Defensive Flygon. That's right. This is my designated switch in to Emboar and Excadrill. Excadrill cannot 2-hit KO me if he's Adamant Life Orb in the sand, so I can switch in on it. He can't kill me with a second one unless he gets a flinch. I can roost up damage, wear him down with Life Orb along with Stall Out Sand, and Earthquake does a decent chunk of damage. By decent, I mean like 85%. It does a lot. Another thing to note about this Flygon, Emboar, depending on his set, cannot 2-hit KO me. So, I cannot believe I'm about to go over this much math for a freaking Emboar. I hate Emboar so much. Jolly Scarf cannot 2-hit KO me. Adamant Scarf cannot 2-hit KO me because of leftovers. Superpower does a decent chunk, but after the drop and leftovers, it does not 2-hit KO me after the next one. Earthquake does 75% minimum without the defense drops from Superpower, so if he goes for Superpower, I can switch this thing in, it forces him out. The 68 in speed, that is where it's very important, because if he wants to be able to 2-hit KO me, he has to run Hidden Power Ice. If he wants to run Hidden Power Ice, that means he can't be locked into Superpower, and I can switch into Umbreon, and we're good to go. And if he wants to bring Hidden Power Ice, because Emboar does have a decent special attack stat of 100, so I can switch this thing in. I can take a Hidden Power Ice, believe it or not, unless he's like max special attack Life Orb, and if he's Life Orbed, I outspeed him. No matter what, I outspeed him. So that's very awesome. And Earthquake can kill him. I have Roost for reliable recovery and Defog. Now, so I covered Emboar somewhat. I had to scout for a set, but at the same time, this does a very good job with Excadrill. Ironhead can't 2-hit KO me. I'm immune to Earthquake, so it works out very well against that. The only problem with this set is that Scarf Tyranitar is a massive threat. I mean, a massive threat. If he wants to bring like Scarfed Earthquake, Stone Edge, Ice Beam, and I think it gets Superpower, I'm not 100% sure, I should probably look into that. It does a lot of damage to my team, aside from Reuniclus. I keep saying it weirdly, but I'm really tired because I woke up at like 3 o'clock for work, and then we didn't have work, so yeah. It doesn't touch Reuniclus, so I have to kind of sort of scout for that, but this thing can wall a lot of his 2 main sweepers, well, his 2 main physical sweepers, which is very nice for me. I'm really, really hoping it comes in handy. But, And the funny thing is, I'll instantly be able to know his set judging by the damage that superpower does. If he locks himself into superpower, the only way he'll be able to 2-hit KO me after the drops is if he is Adamant Life Orb, Jolly Band, or Jolly Life Orb, I think. But if he's Life Orb, I outspeed him and kill him, so that's not a worry to me. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to scout with this thing very well. I'm really excited to use this defensive Flygon. I think it'll work pretty well. I had to get kind of creative with it. Then the last mon on my team, I call him the master of chip damage, and that is Persian. Now, Persian is insane this match. Fake Out. I want to get damage off on his things, his sweepers, like his Thunderous, his Latios, his Embor, things like that. Fake Out does 30% to like all of them with a Life Orb. Knockoff plus Fake Out kills Latios. Just straight up kills it. Knockoff on the Slowbro is really nice, and knockoff on the Tangrowth is also really nice to possibly knock off his Assault Vest or Leftovers interchangeably. Knockoff also does a shit ton to Thunderous. Fake Out plus Knockoff does a lot to Excadrill. There's just so much work that this thing can do. And if I'm in an unfavorable matchup and I know that his Pokemon is not Scarfed, I can U-turn out to get more damage off on it. Taunt is there to stop... Wow, my voice just cracked so hard. I'm so sorry. Taunt is there to stop Mega Audino, because I think he'll be bringing Calm Mind Mega Audino this week, which is really depressing because Mega Audino is my bitch, and he has it, and he didn't steal it because I didn't want it, but he has it, and I'm really pissed off about it. But I can taunt it, stop it from wishing, heal belling, and all this other stuff, so that's a plus. And then I can U-turn out into my Reuniqueless, and I can Calm Mind up and win. There's just a lot of things I can do with this team, so I'm really excited for it. I had a couple different mindsets that I could go for this. I wanted to bring Toxic Spikes Fortress with Mean Look Taunt Umbreon for Mega Audino to completely shut that thing down, along with Slowbro and Tangrowth. I can wall all three of them. All three of them I can completely wall it. I can Wish Up, I can Protect, I can Mean Look, and I can taunt them, and I can completely Toxic Stall them. I wanted to do that so badly, but I'm not a dick. Why am I not a dick? I wanted to do it so badly, but in the end, I have a lot of respect for Trav as a person and as a battler, so I didn't want to do that. I just think that it kind of would have been rude, honestly. I really wanted to do it just because I think that would have been a very easy way to check a lot of his walls, but I'm not an ass, so... Yep. I also wanted to bring Banded Infernape to an extent, because Banded Mach Punch kills Tyranitar from full, unless he has Chople Berry. It also kills Mega... It doesn't kill Mega Audino, but if I wanted to run Adamant Band, I could easily 2-hit KO with Gunk Shot and Mach Punch for the thing, the Excadrill. I could do a lot with it, but I eventually opted against it because I wanted to sleep with Belly Drum and Azumarill more. But that's the team I'm bringing. I'm really excited for it, honestly. I think it'll be a team that I'm comfortable with using. I can Volt Turn very easily, especially with Flygon, Persian, and Mega Manectric. 2 fast U-turners, Volt Switchers, and then a bulky U-turner, and then a Baton Passer and Umbreon. So that'll be always nice. That will always be nice. And it's kind of sort of fat, but not too fat, so that's always good. But I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please make sure to leave a like down below. Also, make sure to go check out Trav's channel. It will be in the description. He does some really cool teams for his team builders. I'm really excited for it, but yeah. With all that being said, I'm going to get on out of here. I hope you guys have an absolutely fantastic day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.